What I think sets Brian apart from other sales managers is just the culture he's created in general. I feel like Brian is a very hands-on sales manager. He truly cares about his employees. He just creates an environment that people enjoy coming to work.
He's not going to come to the rep and just bug them about stats. He's going to ask them about their day, how life outside of work's going. He's going to ask if he can do anything as a sales manager to help them out. You can tell that he genuinely just wants everyone on the floor to succeed in any way possible.
There was a time that I graduated to the core side, and then I just dropped dramatically for about a month. Brian could tell that something was wrong, and so he actually pulled me in the office, talked to me about, how's things here, and then it turns out that it had nothing to do with work. It had to do with outside things. Brian cared about it, and we got it figured out. And then I got back on the phone. I started doing really, really well. And then Brian noticed my potential, and then actually he gave me a chance to be a integration coach. He set his goals, his expectations with me. And one of the greatest things was Brian sat down with me after about a month and said, "I just want to let you know that I had my expectations of you, and then you took those expectations and you just hit it out of the park." That right there just shows that not only does he care about his floor and his people, but he really cares about in-depth in people and outside things and here to truly help you be a better person, whether it's here or outside of work.
Brian Graff works for his reps. I don't think he positions himself to the point where we work for Brian. He works for us. He honestly is probably one of the most caring people about it, and that's the best part is I think Brian got nominated not just because Trent Orem did well. I think the reason why they did so well was because that he cares. I think the reps know that he cares.
He's very professional and very knowledgeable, not only of the sales process, but of the products and the people that work under him. So he's able to relate that and help us in the process when we need help. He knows who we are, we know we can trust him and go to him, and we know that he'll have the answers.
Part would be he has very high expectations for all of his employees. And Brian really does understand what it takes to be a successful sales rep, a successful sales coach, and now even a successful sales manager. I know exactly what Brian expects of me, and all the other sales representatives know exactly what Brian expects of them.
He's always checking with his coaches. He's always setting goals with his coaches, making sure his coaches, when they set those goals, he's actually following up with those goals.
Honestly, I would say Brian is at least 90% of why Trent Orem did so well. There was a lot of changes last year, there was a lot of competitions, a lot of stress, and Brian was the most level-headed out of anybody. He was going around making sure everyone stayed hyped up, everyone stayed focused, everyone stayed motivated, even though there were all these stressful things happening and all these changes being made. Brian really just stepped up to the plate and led everybody into the new year.
And he came up to me and asked, he's like, "Hey, how are you doing today?" And I was like, "I'm just frustrated." He's like, "Well, is there anything I can do to make you not frustrated? Is there anything I can do to help you with that?" He sat there and he's like, "Well, let me know, if there's anything I can do, let me know if you want me to take a call for you or anything like that, and I'm more than willing to take a call for you." Hey, I've worked here for a long time and I've never a day in my life had a sales manager offer to take a phone call for me. That isn't much, but at the same time it's huge in a rep's eyes knowing that. I've never ever felt like, "Hey, it's Brian Graff, boss, you know what I mean? You better do what he says." He is right there with you. He doesn't feel like he's anything better than you or anything like that. I do think he is very appreciated by his team here, especially by all the reps. I know definitely from myself, and I know I've never heard a coach say anything bad about him as well. And he wants you to come in for why you want to come in. I've never seen a sales manager sit and kind of just talk to you about your life, not just your calls. It's pretty cool.
From the day that I got here, Brian just took this kind of just took me under his wing. If I ever started to struggle, or if I was having a hard time selling, whatever, he'd come over to me personally and actually, he'd take me aside for a personal training session. He's a manager doing that for me. That's never happened before. And he just helped me work through my problems.
He's always on the floor, walking around, helping us out, providing good incentives, motivating us to be better, and it does provide an energy that correlates on how we do and perform.
Since he is aware, you want to work harder to make him proud, and he's always working with you too. We're working together as a team.
He makes you feel like you're a part of something bigger than just being on a sales field.
So we've got this fun environment where we can work hard and everything, but we also play hard. And then Brian is just like he's our friend. So he's our manager, so we know that he's in charge and he's helping us and to get us to do better and everything. But he's also our friend. And I think because of that relationship that he has with us, it inspires us to work harder and want to do better just because of that.